All right, everybody, we want to welcome you in live. We have a breaking news update for you. I'm Tyler Mannion. Welcome into our WTOC stream. If you're watching this on our website or on our Facebook, we've continued to have breaking news coverage throughout the morning. Our Shay Schrader is out live at the scene of a deadly wreck this morning in Chatham County. We want to get straight to Shay now. I'm going to bring her up and bring up her microphone. Shay, what can you tell us this morning?
Yeah, so Tyler, I'm here on Abercorn Street at the intersection of Abercorn and Eisenhower, and we have just confirmed with the Savannah Police Department that a person has died after being struck by a Savannah Police Department vehicle. Now, SPD tells us that an officer was traveling southbound on Abercorn around 6 o'clock this morning and that this person stepped into the road. The officer did hit them, killing them. The Georgia State Patrol has been on scene here at least for the past hour and a half, and they will be taking over the investigation as they typically do in instances like this. But there is still very much a scene here, and I do want to give you a look at what we're seeing right now. So I am going to step behind the camera. Now, in the middle of the road here, you can see that there are some sheets, barricades, what you want to call them. That, I believe, is where the body of the person is. It has not been removed yet. I have seen some Savannah Police Department officers, GSP officers, and forensic photographers over there taking photos, removing sheets and things of that nature. And then to the left, you can see in the street still a flip-flop. And what appears to be a backpack, presumably that belonged to the person in the roadway. And then there is also a flip-flop in the median as well. And then over to the left, this is just at the intersection of Abercorn and Eisenhower. You can see multiple Savannah Police Department vehicles, as well as a Georgia State Patrol vehicle. I would imagine that this road is going to be shut down for quite some time. Abercorn is shut down in both directions, north and south, for blocks south of the Abercorn intersection. So if you're heading into work this morning, I would definitely recommend taking another way. But again, we have confirmed with the Savannah Police Department that one person is dead this morning after being struck by an SPD vehicle.
Shay, you've been out there for a few hours now. We first went to you on the news at daybreak this morning, and you've watched this scene unfold since basically, we think, right after this happened, or at least shortly thereafter. And what you've showed us live on the air, can you possibly go back through and kind of explain what you were showing us live earlier this morning on the news at daybreak? And then also that car, I know you just kind of talked about and showed off to the right there, that's standalone within that tape, what that looks like this morning right now as well.
Yes, so WTOC was the first on scene this morning. Like you said, Tyler, we got here very quickly after the wreck happened. And when I arrived, there were only SPD officers on scene. It was about 20 or so minutes before the Georgia State Patrol arrived. And in that time, I actually spoke to witnesses. They didn't want to go on camera, but they did tell me that they had seen an SPD car strike the person, and that person was still in the middle of the road. I also saw those witnesses being interviewed by the Georgia State Patrol. And then I am going to step out of frame again to show you the police car that we were talking about. There is a single Savannah Police Department vehicle within the crime scene tape, and it is just to the right of where the person is lying right now. This car, it has its hazards on, and as you can see, it has the passenger door open. There was a forensic photographer from the Savannah Police Department taking photos specifically of that car. So we haven't expressly confirmed with SPD that that is the vehicle that was involved, but I can tell you it is the only one within the crime scene tape, and it's the only car that we've seen this morning that's had pictures taken of it. Now, we were able to confirm these details with SPD just moments ago, but again, this scene has been very active since around 6 o'clock this morning, and looking at my watch now, it's 7:37, so it's been about an hour and 40 minutes that this scene has been active, and I would imagine that it's going to be active for some time as the Georgia State Patrol continues their investigation. We've seen them out here speaking to witnesses. Those marks that you saw on the ground around the flip-flop and around the backpack, those are marks that were all made by a GSP trooper.
Shay, your coverage incredibly valuable this morning. We appreciate you going out to that scene, bringing us that information. Y'all, we will be continuing to update this story throughout the day right here on WTOC. You have to stick with us for any updates moving forward. Shay Schrader has been out on the scene, like you just heard from her, since about 6 o'clock this morning when we first brought you the news of that crash, the wreck, I should say, excuse me, out there on Abercorn. That street, like Shay was just talking about, still closed down. You can't get around it using a road like White Bluff if you're making the commute this morning, and you would typically go down Abercorn right around there. There are also, as you could see from Shay's report, a lot of businesses in that area. I'm sure we'll be following up with folks around there throughout the day, trying to hear from them about what happened and how they're feeling the scene throughout the morning. Shay will bring us more details as soon as she has them. Again, she just talked with the Savannah Police Department moments before you saw her on air on WTOC with a live cut-in about 7:25, and now right here on our social media platforms at WTOC.com, all of our streaming updates. Make sure to stick with WTOC for updates throughout the rest of the day. But for now, we'll sign off. I'm Tyler Mannion. Thanks for watching.